Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. Today I'd like to share with you that Wing Chun today is in a disaster. So what happened is yesterday I shared this YouTube. If you are not watching this yet, please watch it. The notion of sharing that YouTube is to present in a real life way so that people can see the real fighting art world is based on momentum, based on how you can handling this body, and it's based on you need to condition your body. On the other side, the fake Kung Fu world is the world for dance, make-believe, mimic posture, demonstrations. So if we use Bruce Lee's term, Bruce Lee have defined it 50 years ago. Actually, it's more than 50 years ago. This is 2025 already. Bruce Lee called it land swimming. And he said in writing that Wing Chun is also land swimming. And he started go running. Well, 50 years ago, or more than 50 years ago, to be more accurate, Bruce Lee have already tell everybody it is land swimming, meaning that when you do a fighting art or martial art which is not based on momentum in today's term, it is a land swimming. So even 50 years ago, he already see this in the most Chinese martial art, in Wing Chun, it is a land swimming. But guess what? After Bruce Lee passing, people using Bruce Lee to package the land swimming as real. That's why today you can see in Wing Chun, the content is worse than even when Bruce Lee is here 50 years ago, and you're adding up different lineages, different this way of doing things, that way of doing things, this grandmaster, that grandmaster, go research in China, all the thing. But you know what? The entire thing is packaged with Bruce Lee's image. So it's like you're selling something fake. You put Bruce Lee on the surface, and so it looked like real. However, people have no idea what is the difference between the land swimming and the real swimming. So the YouTube I shared yesterday is so that people see, people know what is the real fighting world. If you don't train that way, it's like you jump in the water without training in swimming, you're going to die there. But you know what is the worst? The worst is now, after I chat with a few Wing Chuners friends worldwide, people have no idea about swimming in the water or swimming in the land. So in their mind, everything is swimming, and they cannot differentiate between swimming in the land or swimming in the water. That is how bad it is. Okay? So I make this YouTube to share with you. It is so bad that the mind become like a cult mind. It just trapped in the mind, and it's just talking swimming, but it doesn't know that it is a land swimming, because it will not be able to differentiate between swimming in the land or swimming in the water. How can you have hope for tomorrow So only those guys, those friends who have fought in the ring, have studied MMA and other martial arts, they know what I'm talking about. But even that, there's a problem. Because what they are doing is not Wing Chun. They are doing kickboxing, doing MMA, BJJ, Western boxing. They are not doing Wing Chun. But Wing Chun is good. It's good for what? It's good for attraction, good for sales, making money. There are a few people in Europe who complain to me that their teacher is training some other art, but they open a Wing Chun school. But they never like to tell the truth. They just let everybody learn swimming in their school, and they call that Wing Chun. Are you serious? So it is about money-making stuff, and it's that bad today. Okay? So I just want to talk straight. This is the end of Wing Chun, period. Don't give me all those research in China or who say what. You just look at those grandmasters who talk about it. Are they living in the momentum world, be able to handle like Xi Xiaodong's attack, or like I said yesterday, or that Western boxing, or that Kyokushin, or Thai boxing? Can they face that? Of course they cannot, because they're living in, as Bruce said, a land swimming world. Now, one other thing is pretty bad. I shouldn't even say bad. Let's open up the cut of this idiotic internal art. You know when is the internal art and external art start to exist in the Chinese history? It start exist in the Qing dynasty. After the Qing dynasty, the Qing take over. In the Ming dynasty, there's no such thing as internal art. So all those qi, all those things is from after the Qing dynasty. And the first stories they create in the Qing dynasty is this. They said there's a Taoist named Zhang Sanfeng, and at one night he have a dream that a god teach him the martial arts. So the second day, the next morning, he killed hundreds of bandits. That is the beginning of the internal art. Propaganda. Have you ever seen anybody get a dream in this entire world, and the second day, the next day, they woke up and they killed 100 bandits? If that, why don't they go give a dream to Qi Guang and kill all that the pirates, and without have to go through all the suffering? And after that, that is where in the late 1900s, with all those, like they said, like the founder of Yang Taiji, the founder of Yang Taiji, they can walk on snow without leaving a trace. It is like you go to, say, Iowa. You know, I lived there before, Ames, Iowa. In the winter time, you have like 3 foot of snow, and this guy can walk on top of it without leaving a trace. Well, try to go to the real snow and walk and see whether you plunge down or not. Again, this is a world of momentum, okay? Your weight, your mass multiplied by your speed. And all this nonsense internal stuff is from a world which is have no momentum. No Newton's third law. No Newton's law of physics. You're going to believe on those things? That's why sometimes I say it's better that the entire Chinese martial art collapse. Why? Because it doesn't do good for people anymore. See, I share all these things not to promote fighting. How many parents thinking they send their kids to to martial arts school to learn self-defense. There's a responsibility there. Okay? So if people want to, after watching the Yip Man movie and want to learn Wing Chun, be like a wannabe hero, wannabe, there's their problem. But for the kids, for people who really want to learn defend themselves, it shouldn't be like that. That's misleading. And one thing, why do you want to have this kind of thing anyway? This fantasy stuff. Okay? You're wasting your life. So this is what I like to share with you. And seriously, even here I share with you the Chinese culture and everything by details and everything. I today rather to see the entire thing wiped out, because at least it won't stay in the world to hurt people. Okay, like you selling a coat. That is not right. And we like it or not, as I have a chat with many of the Wing Chun friends, all these people they are doing land swimming according to Bruce Lee. But they have this gung-ho thinking they can fight. How many seconds they can face like the real, the authentic Western boxer who train in the gym? 8 seconds? 10 seconds? How about the Thai boxer? How about the MMA player? So that's how hopeless it is. That's what I want to share with you today. Wake up, or it is the end. Just put a epitaph here that it is the end of Wing Chun. Everybody want to be a warrior. A warrior one need to be honest. Honest to oneself, honest to others, and not to be cheated. Warrior, you deal with righteousness, you deal with honesty, you deal with be able to see things properly. You deal with need to be honestly telling people what is going on instead of me. Look at today, how many so-called grandmaster go research in China is all me. And the problem in Wing Chun on this momentum world or between the land swimming and the real world is not solved for past 50 years. It's keeping on writing books, making YouTubes, making seminars. You're leading people in a misdirection. For what? For making yourself great. Sorry, the history of martial art will remember you. People will see you as fake. People can see you, how deep or how advanced your art. This is a scientific world. You can just making empty claim for nonsense.